Okay, let me fix this really quick. If you're logging on, let me just share this in my group, which is Alpha Female Sisterhood. If you are not in the group and you're a female and strong female, wants to empower other people, connect with other like-minded women, please join Alpha Female Sisterhood. Let me just share that really quick. Alpha Female Sisterhood. All right, let me get out of the way. All right. Okay, now I'm ready to talk. So, hey everyone, it's CEO Kelleher, life and business coach, intuitive coach for high performing business women. And today was full of talking to some high performing, passionate business women on their business. And I had this insight today that I really wanted to share with you. There are a couple of conversations that was really powerful. One was I was meeting with one entrepreneur, one really successful businesswoman who's a client who the situation, her current situation, she was kind of forced, the current environment forced her to slow down. So she's been go for so long. And we've been working through actually finding a balance, work-life balance, and finding a pace that she could slow down. So we've been working together for months, yet when the situation, the environment changed where she was actually forced to slow down, she was having a lot of anxiety. Like I don't know, like what if like this slowdown of a pace, it's giving me a lot of anxiety. What if I can't create an income? This break that I'm having to take, what if I can't create or recreate the income stream that I used to have? So there was one conversation I was having with one person. Another conversation I was having with another boss lady. Her entrepreneurship, her anxiety actually was coming from, oh my God, if I actually do all this work, I think I'm going to be always driving. It's always going to be so hard. What if I don't have the freedom? I don't have happiness. I don't enjoy my life. So there was like two spectrum of the anxiety. And it really came to me to realize that entrepreneurship or running our business or growing our business is just like driving a car. We all know how to drive our car. I'm going to make an assumption that maybe some people who live in the city or different part of the country don't know how to drive a car, but I'm going to make an assumption that we all know how to drive a car. So we know how to drive a car, and when we drive, we get to a point, right? We get from a point A to point B. And when we drive, we have full control of the speed. So there is this belief that if we slow down, there's really this tendency in entrepreneurs and boss babes and anyone who runs business, that there's this fear that if I slow down, that I may never be able to get back on the speed I was before. So there is this resistance to slowing down. There is resistance to taking break. It's resistant to pumping on the brake because there's this fear that if I don't just go and hustle, and I'm going to lose momentum and I'm never going to be able to speed up. But just like in driving, if you are able to slow down as we drive, you're able to accelerate, right? So slowing down, pumping on the brake, and acceleration, stepping on the gas, it's both available when we're driving. So there's this mindset that we are not in control of our speed is a limiting belief. That if we're able to, so if we're driving and then we are in full control speed, slowing down, stopping, accelerating, maintaining, adjusting speed, it's all in our control because we're the driver. So another reason why I think growing business is similar to driving is that sometimes things out of our control happens, right? Sometimes our cars break down. Sometimes there's an accident or there's a traffic that forces us to slow down even if we don't want to. Sometimes they close the road that we were traveling. They shut down the road, so we have to take a detour. Sometimes you get in an accident, right? We get in an accident and our car gets totaled, or we have to fix our car. So things always happen when we're driving. Things can always happen that's out of our control. But do we quit driving all of a sudden when that happens? We don't, right? We figure it out. We get delayed sometimes. We fix the car. So we deal with whatever that happens when we're driving. So same as business, when things don't go the way we expected, or things get delayed, or things get broken, or things need adjustment, we still know how to drive a car. It doesn't mean we all of a sudden forgot how to drive a car. We can't even ever get back in the car and drive. We will still drive and get to the point, right? So to me, that feels like it a lot. So I'm are you guys with me? I hope you guys are with me. I hope you are kind of getting what I'm getting to. If you do, give me some reaction, because I see a lot of people joining, but I'm not able to see the interaction. So then there's a tendency also as a business owner or as an entrepreneur, when we're trying to grow a business, there's a tendency that we like to talk about driving a lot, but we don't drive. So we are passenger driver, backseat driver, or we talk about the driving we did a few years ago, or we talk about how we're going to get on the road and driving in the future, but then maybe we don't really get in the car and driving. So sometimes backseat driving, passenger side driving, like we tend to do that because that feels safer than actually getting in a driver's seat and taking action and driving. So those are the things that I felt like it was connected to how running our business, driving, we're in full control of our speed. If we're able to slow down, we're able to accelerate. It's all up to us. So empowering ourselves to know that whatever the business you run, it's our business. We have full capability to be able to go faster, go slower, take a stop. It's all in our control. Number 2, things do happen in our journey. And it doesn't mean we all of a sudden are unable to drive. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen when we go out to drive, right? We get in a car accident and we might die, right? I might go out there and I got in a car. That's like the worst thing that can happen. But does that stop me from getting out every day and driving my car? No, right? So sometimes we have this fear of how our business could fail or how the worst thing that can happen. And it actually holds us back from taking action. But when we're driving, we don't do that, right? Even though there's worst case scenario fear is out there, we still go out there and drive because that's what we want to do. There's a place to go. So having a destination. So sometimes people just drive around and there's no destination. So knowing the destination where you're going is also helpful. Just like in business. Yes, Christine said, make sure you wear a seatbelt. Yes, so making a seatbelt is a good idea. I mean, wearing a seatbelt is a great idea. Having like plan B or backup plan or insurance or assistance. So then knowing the destination and why you want to go there is important. Sometimes that way you're not just driving all around, getting nowhere, just wasting your gas and wasting your transmission, and you're just going on a journey, but then you really are not getting to the destination. So know the destination and know why you want to get there. And then the last point that I wanted to make in relations to driving and entrepreneurship is that sometimes you need to tune up. You need to tune up your car. Your car, your system, your business need a tune up. Sometimes you need some driving lesson, right? If you are always speeder, you're always driving so fast, maybe some defensive driving technique to pump the brakes and slow driving speed limit may be needed. If you're a really, really nervous driver, you never go beyond, 25 mph, then maybe learning to drive a little faster might be a good idea. So just knowing that there might be some tune-ups, there might be some growth opportunity and change opportunity that could happen that you could get by hiring help, looking at your systems again, looking at your programs again, hiring a coach, hiring a consultant, getting help. So that's that. So, oh, yay, Tamara. I'm glad you like the analogy of driving versus business. So now we know. So whenever you get stuck in business, or whenever you feel fearful, whenever you feel anxious about certain things in your business, tell yourself, this is just like driving. Just like driving. I could speed up, I could slow down, I could stop. Whatever that I do in my driver's seat, it's fully in my control. If things happen around us that makes us stop driving or change direction, know that even though things happen in drive, it doesn't mean you completely forgot the ability to drive ever again, right? So knowing that you can always, you know how to drive and you know how to get there and know the destination. So Sarah says, you the wrong time. I want a driver to drive around. I mean, it's always nice to have, well, if you want a chauffeur, then you could, I don't know, maybe if you want a chauffeur, maybe that means you want to grow a team. You want to grow your business to a place where you actually can delegate and still have a team. So then maybe you should dream big, right? If you want to have a car and a driver, maybe then you should work a little harder, play a little bigger. Go get a big client. Don't play small. Charge what you're worth so that you could afford to have a driver. So you're not just driving this little dinky car and say, I wish I had a driver. If you really want a driver, then go for it, right? Go for that car. Go. So maybe that's a message for you to start playing big. So that's all I had to say. I hope you guys liked what I was sharing. If you have any comments, feel free to comment. If not, I will try to get back. Chrissy, who's giving the direction? You have to know. You have to have a GPS, right? So if you need to ask for direction, you could ask for direction, right? But at the end of the day, you're the driver of your car, so you have to know. Maybe you need to buy a map if you need to get your GPS on. But at the end of the day, you are responsible for that journey because you're the driver. So sure, go on. Maybe you could collaborate. You could go on with another girlfriend. You could go on a road trip together. So maybe it's a collaboration. Maybe it's hiring someone to give you the better direction. Maybe hiring a coach and consultant. Whoever that could give you assist your journey, right? But at the end of the day, I think, okay, I'm not understanding your conversation. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good Saturday evening. And wait, today's Friday. I hope you guys have good Friday evening. And I'll check in with you guys another day. Bye.